is Cristina Balan, a modern artist from Moldova.
And where are we right now?
We are at the Art Nou 277 Art Gallery in Barcelona.
Can you explain this first piece right behind you?
Oh, this piece is, I titled it Solstice because the whole exhibition is called A Tribute to Madonna, the Solstice of the Divine Feminine. You know, solstice is a very important time, and it's tomorrow. I chose this period of time on purpose, you know, and that's what I'm depicting. You know, the solstice is like a sun, you know, but basically everything that you'll see here is energy, you know, it's just something untouchable and unexplainable, but I'll try to explain it as well as I can. Venus is the goddess of love and beauty, you know, and basically there is a Venus in every woman, and actually in every man as well, because everybody loves or bears this energy of love and beauty. And here I try to depict in an abstract way a dancing girl which is emerging from water, and this is her hair, you know, spiraling like this. So she's dancing, you know, and you can see her hair like this and the water down. So you can see a little bit of her shape of her body, but it's just very, very subtle. So this painting I titled Golden Heart. Actually, it's been a long journey. I created my first painting in 2020, and it took me about a year to create it. It's all geometry, and basically it shapes a heart, you know. And I've been inspired by Hilma af Klint, who is the first abstract artist in the world, in the history of art. She also has like a shape of a heart in one of her paintings, or maybe more. So it's full of lots of symbols. This painting, the circle, represents the unity of us all. The heart is the heart energy, love, and everything. This loop here is like infinite love, because it's the sign of infinity, you know, which goes like this. And this thing is like as above, as below, as within, as without, you know. So it's love everywhere. And this is a sign of Atlantis. I am very passionate, or very interested in Atlantis, in history in general. So yeah, that's what I created here. And this is my favorite one. I titled it Immaculada, and this is Madonna, you know. So I've been inspired by this theme when I was in November here in Spain, and I visited Montserrat, and I felt this, I connected to this energy of Mother Mary, of Madonna, and she is the guardian of Catalan people, you know. So I decided to create her in a new abstract way, you know. It's like a modern icon if you want, but it's something that you can connect with easily without going to a church or anywhere else, you know. So it's just a shape of an egg. It has a very special meaning, like the egg of creation, you know. And here you can see Madonna, you know, and this is her aura, you know. I just use mostly texture, you know, and lines to represent her. Yeah, so it's a very minimalist way, and I believe modern way to represent someone like Mother Mary. Yeah. This is Transition. I created this painting in 2022, and I thought it will fit very well here. It was in my home, but I thought that I'll bring it here. So it represents the earth transitioning, you know, from shadow to light, you know. And I did it in a modern way, you know. This is all I can say about this painting, you know. The world is changing. It's never going to be the same. So that's what I'm showing here, you know. Basically, the earth transitioning, you know, to a new era. Yeah, I titled this painting Blessing. This one, as Immaculada, it came to me actually in the airplane. I created the sketch in the airplane on my way from Barcelona to Moldova when I was here last time in November. And it was just painting itself. I don't know how to explain. Basically, it depicts like the universe has us under its protection, you know. And if you look at it, it's a girl, you know, who's basically sleeping in a cocoon, and here is the light, you know, that is coming to Earth, you know, from the sky. And this is the moon, which represents basically the feminine energy. And it's also Madonna, who is the guardian of all of us. Now I use the same colors and the same shapes only to show the infinite love of a mother to her child, you know. Basically, if you look at it and think about it, you know, you would see the womb, you would see the infinite love that a mother bears for her child, you know. This painting can be interpreted in so many ways, and everybody interprets it in its own way. So when I posted it first time on Instagram, I had so many interpretations, you know, and everyone sees this painting in a unique way. Yeah, actually, people wanted to buy it right away, but I kept it for this art show. I wanted to bring it here. This artwork is titled Venus. So there I had. Here is just Venus, is also the archetype of feminine love and beauty energy. So as you see, you can feel the energy of a beautiful young woman who is also like this dancing. She's a little bit nude, you know, but it's a very, how to say, it's a very pure way of herself, of showing herself. And I also, if you notice, I use lines everywhere. So basically it starts somewhere and it always goes like this in a spiral. So spirals are everywhere here. Yeah, so it represents also the water, the elements, you know. You can interpret it in many ways, but most of my paintings, they just come like this. I don't know, I explain them later on when they are ready, you know. I just say, look at it and say, what does it mean, you know, and it shows itself. But normally, you know, they just come, and I love the process. This painting, actually the sketch, came while I was talking on the phone with someone, and I had somewhere in front of me Mona Lisa, you know, and I was just sketching and it just came to me. It's like an interpretation of Mona Lisa, you know. So I created this sketch, and I've been thinking it was somewhere stuck in the pile of sketches, and my friend said, my fellow artist friend said, why don't you include her in the show, you know, and just show an interpretation of like feminine icon which has been venerated and admired for so many years, you know, in your own way, modern way. So yeah, that's what I've done. Painting is titled Ascension, and it's I used oil here to create this transparency, and it's representing the Mother Earth, the planet Earth ascending. So if you'd see, it's like the planet Earth, and here are the meridians, you see? And I created this dance, you know, this movement, you know, to show it like it's dancing, it's ascending, you know, so it's going like this up, and you can feel ascension here. And I use this texture also to remind a little bit about Mother Earth. So basically it's Mother Earth, like you're looking at it from space, you know, and you see it like this. It very much looks, a little bit looks like Immaculada, and I have many interpretations of mother with child. I've been looking for this shape, you know, we have this Fibonacci spiral here. I mean, it's, the geometry is perfect, you know, and I've been looking for it, and for many years. 8 years. Out of many years of work. Again, it's like a modern icon. Madonna with a child, with a baby, and you don't know if it's in her belly actually, or she's holding it, you know, what is she feeling, what is she doing. I use a little bit of gold here just to remind of the icon, you know, but it's just a modern take of Madonna. I titled this artwork Mother of Creation. So during my studies, because I've been working with these spirals, so basically I had like a task, you know, from my artistic coach to create with the line something unique, you know. So I've been playing with this line and trying to create something unique. And this is how she was born. She was born 3 years ago, I guess. And when I created it, it was sold right away to an American collector. And I loved so much this painting that I said, okay, I'm going to recreate it in a new way. But I use the same colors. These are the colors that I've been using in the period of 2020 probably. And yeah, it's I like it. You know, I use the same spirals, and this is like the cycle of a fetus, you know, of a fetus development. You can see many symbols here, actually, if you look at it attentively, but I can't explain it in 2 words. It takes time. I'd rather prefer the viewers to interpret it in its own way.